What's going on, everybody? This is an episode from the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Do you like podcasts and you want to see the full podcast? Make sure you check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast on all your podcast platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, among many others. But you're listening to the episode right here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button and below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to NC Studios and NC Level Up for all your gaming needs. This is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. What's going on, YouTube? It's NC, and a place to be. Chill, Mr. A&D. Here to give you guys the debut review of AEW Collision, and joining me on this review is the man, the myth, the reality, revolutionary freshman Flo on audio.
What's going on? Oh yeah, we here, man. Yeah. We see you, CM Punk.
Boy, he is back. This is the debut show of Collision, where we didn't know what was going to happen. It was in Chicago. We got the return of CM Punk. This is their first show.
We got the return of like half their roster, bro.
Yeah, bro. Tell me about it. Like, we seen Miro come back. I seen Luchasaurus finally get a match. I see Sky Blue.
Samoa
Joe. You know, I was like, man, this is it was good to see that. Oh, Andrade. You can't forget about
Andrade. Uh-huh.
Yeah, all these people coming back, and I was like, oh man, that's what a Saturday show does for you. Sure thing. So this was the debut show. I was curious how I was going to go, but I said, let me check out the first show. You got to be able to do it good on the first show, and I felt as though overall in the United Center where CM Punk is going to return, it was the best place to do it, and of course they gave CM Punk a live mic to talk about all the things that he was going to talk about. There's things he still signed where NDA on that he can't talk about, but there were some things that he had to get off his chest, and he did say some things.
He definitely did.
In that opening promo. And first of all, when CM Punk that's how we kicked off Collision. CM Punk comes out and he has his red bag with him. He got his shoes around his neck. I was like, yo, that would be some trolling shit if he came out here talking about retirement on Collision. Because he had the shoes with him. I was like, yo, that's not going to happen, but still, that would have just been funny. But Chicago, boy, I'm telling you, CM Punk can't go wrong in Chicago.
Nope.
They may boo him. It feels like Bret Hart 97. They may boo him anywhere else, but in Chicago, they boo him in Chicago. God. He is gosh, like they was eating everything CM Punk was out there doing, and they was chanting the CM Punk thing. There's about 9,000 plus in the arena tonight. It wasn't like a complete sellout, but he got some people in that arena. Now we got to see how week 2 is going to be after we'll see how that stuff goes. CM Punk, he comes out, the mic, he says he says that I don't know if guys heard, but I'm tired of being nice. Gone 10 months with a torn tricep, and he said this is a business of grown-ups and not a popularity contest. I was like, oh god, we in for the shits already.
Yep.
Out the gate.
Here we go.
He said he wants to talk about his past. He says if he told his younger self he would sell out buildings, from Madison Square Garden to where they at right now, he wouldn't have believed it. But he said he's tired of being nice. He said he got here riding the waves of smart wrestling fans. He said that he loves the fans and they love him. So he said he said there are some that hate him for the same reasons that the fans boo. He says his near presence makes people uncomfortable, and truth is painful. Tell me when I'm telling lies. This was his whole tagline that was going on throughout the whole program. Was like, tell me when I'm telling lies. And even at one point they even had like a F the Elite or F the Young Bucks chant going on, and then he said, but you can boo him. cheer him. He said, but David Zaslav, who is the Warner Brothers Discovery CEO, that's the head MFer in charge. Okay, he said he calls him one Bill Phil. He said that wrestling today is full of counterfeit bucks. Straight out the gate, just let everybody know, yo, this is a receipt, because now people who may have had problems with that, just let y'all know, when the Elite first came back and they had their trios match in Chicago, where they were naturally going to be heels, they healed it up and they was making fun of CM Punk during that match. Matt Jackson did the botch, Hangman, Adam Page, a buckshot lariat. Mm-hmm. They started doing, Kenny Omega was doing the biting of the arm that Ace Steel was accused of biting somebody on the arm. So I was like, okay, they got the shots out, and I was cool with taking the shots out as long as it, like, okay, you got your dig out, let's move on past this. Now when CM Punk came back, I'm like, all right, get your receipt, which he was doing, and let's not stay on this, and let's move past this. If we're going to have this extra show, and this is the way it's going to be, we need to, kind of move past this. Have your stuff, but let's move past this. We say, the king is back. He has a lot to get off his chest. And he said, when he speaks the truth, he never compromises. He says that there are people who think that they're owed an apology. And he says that to be he's grown to be a bigger man. He said he's sorry that the guys are bigger than the wrestlers that, what was the quote he said? Sorry that the guys are bigger than the wrestlers you like, and asked him, I forgot the line he said, something about the ones that I need to apologize to, or something that are as soft as something. Yeah, as soft as something, and then they only gonna stay on there with the wrestlers that like them. It was something along those lines. And tell me when I'm telling lies. So and he points to the red bag. He said, in this bag is what I never lost, which should have been AEW championship. And he never lost a championship. Well, I mean, obviously, they gave it to Moxley, that interim thing was going on. But he said, this is going to be mine until somebody takes it off of him. And they said they're going to have to beat him for it because he earned it. And he's in there until somebody can fill his boots. Tell me when I'm telling lies. So then that's when his music starts, and then CM Punk walks out. Hot opening promo. CM Punk's go out there and do what CM Punk does, get people talking, and that's what they did at the end of Collision. So how did you feel about the opening promo, or basically so the CM Punk was going to do? Because he still had a match later on the night. So you open with CM Punk, you close CM Punk.
Close with CM Punk, right? Yeah, I mean, it's what you expect from CM Punk. You know what I mean? Good quotable one-liners. Some to push the needle, to move the needle, if you will. It's what you expect from CM Punk. Great opening promo.
Okay, yeah.
It was good.
So they had a TNT Championship match. My God. Next, Wardlow takes on Luchasaurus. Didn't I just drop Luchasaurus? I swear, God, I was what did I say was going to happen? What did I say was going to happen? If you did drop him,
if you did drop him, that's on you, because we all called him getting the belt way before we started dropping picks.
We was arguing about that when it was Christian versus Wardlow in that ladder match, and I said they're going to have the two big bulls going at it, and I swear Prime and Guardo was all. And Prime kept trying
to power up Christian for some reason.
And I was like, it's going to be shut out. That is on me for dropping Luchasaurus. And so it was a good match. Like it's the big man match I wanted to see between Wardlow and Luchasaurus. He gives him a powerbomb, one powerbomb in the start of the Powerbomb Symphony, but Christian takes out the cameraman from the photographer, and he hits, as a reference to strategy, he hits Wardlow in the back of the head with it. And Luchasaurus covers him, and he is the new TNT champion. Wardlow he is a 3-time TNT champion. I don't know what it is about Wardlow, who had all the momentum a couple years ago, and next thing you know, he is just gone to whatever.
He's here, yeah.
Who
pissed off back there, man? Like,
I don't know who pissed him off, but I was like, but Luchasaurus and Christian were celebrating. I'm like, okay, I'm happy for Luchasaurus getting singles gold, but I was like, man, Wardlow, man, what's going on, Ward? I said, maybe now he might need a whole new repackaging.
Maybe.
Because,
well, I'm glad what was trending on Twitter, I'm glad that didn't happen.
Which was?
Because I'm on Twitter, and my man Bill Goldberg was trending. And I'm like, oh my God, why is Goldberg trending?
Oh, Lord.
I'm like, why is Goldberg trending? Everybody watching, AEW, almost said TNA. Everybody watching AEW is, all right, bring out Goldberg. And I'm like, what Twilight Zone am I in? Where everybody's looking for Goldberg. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, I'm about
and
to say.
So I'm thinking that happened because the thing is, like, my phone was spotty. So I couldn't, I was in and out. Like, did I miss something? Like, every time a commercial came, it started spotting out. And then I had to refresh my little screen and all that. So there was times where I missed parts, but when I went to Twitter and I seen Goldberg trending, I'm like, why is Goldberg trending? And why are y'all asking him for AEW? Like,
is it?
Huh? But anyway, yeah, because I'm sitting here like, everybody want Wardlow and Goldberg. I don't know if y'all for real or y'all trolling, but I'm scared. Like,
no, dead ass. You right on that. Thank God he didn't come out yet. I'll save my comments for Goldberg. Andrade El Idolo is back, taking on Buddy Matthews. Talk about a damn good matchup, because I was like, I love seeing these kind of workhorses go in the ring and actually work. And it was a damn good matchup. And Andrade wins. Andrade turns a figure eight into it's like a figure eight of what his wife does, and Buddy Matthews submits. So after the matchup, Andrade goes to like shake the hand to Andrade, be like this, hey man, hey, you did good, fair, stuff like that. But the lights go out, and then you see Brody King on one end, and then Malachi Black sit on the other, and then they go and they nail Andrade with a lariat, beat him up, and then the lights go back to Black after that, which goes into the video package of Scorpio Sky, who we haven't seen in months, who's talk about his return to the ring. So, real quick, your thoughts with all that?
Well, Andrade effed up my points, so thanks. Nah, it was a good match. That elbow, man, when he hit that spinning back elbow or whatever that was, and he like knocked him smooth out. I'm like, dude, you might want to pull that back. Like,
Andrade and Cedric Alexander, David hit. I see that happen a lot. When I used to go to the Ring of Honor shows, because Colorado used to do that a lot, and that little fake kick backhand, bull. Some people be catching it.
I'm just like, dude, you a professional, but like, pull that back though, man. That sound like it hurt. Feel like it hurt.
So yeah, it probably did. I mean, don't worry, buddy. You ain't gotta worry about Rhea nursing you. Dom gonna take care of all that.
Oh, we ain't gotta worry about. Did you see Dom getting spanked again?
Yeah, boy. We gotta worry about that.
Yeah, right.
Back from the commercial. Tony's sitting in the ring with Mark Sterling. He's sitting there calling the Chicago people fat. Wants to do like a little workout with them, and he talks about how New York pizza is better than Chicago deep dish. All stuff to get under people's skin. And then God's favorite son, or wrestler as he calls himself, Miro, returns. And then he wants to take on Tony Nese. So we have a Miro versus Tony Nese matchup. Tony Nese gets a little bit of offense in, but it's a glorified squash match. It's a glorified squash match to, showcase the Miro strength. He get the matcha kick going. He hits the game over on Tony Nese. Nice tribute, especially since, Iron Sheik just passed away. And Tony Nese taps out. Submission by Miro. Great to see Miro back. So I was happy, to see Miro back. And I think he's going to probably focus more on the Collision show anyway. But still, I was like, man, where the hell is he at? So great to see Miro back. You a Miro fan?
Yeah. Ever since, Miro Day and all that.
Rusev Day. We ain't gonna call it Miro Day now. We still call it
Rusev Day. All right. I ain't know we could cross over like that.
Yeah, we gonna still call it
it's
Rusev
good.
Day.
It's good to see him back. He looks good too.
Yo, he looks excellent. He does.
He looks good. He looks good.
We get a tag team match of Tony Storm, the new AEW
Player.
champion. Huh?
Player.
Yeah, cake him.
A tag team.
And Player against with Ruby Soho against Sky Blue and Will Nightingale. I knew Sky Blue should have been out here on the Chicago show because it's she's from Chicago also, and so they had a tag team match. But I thought this was actually a pretty good tag match. It broke down at the end. Ruby Soho hits that I don't know what you call it. It's the riot kick though on Will Nightingale and Tony Storm hits her cheek music to her on the outside. Had Sky Blue in the corner. She goes hits some more cheek music, and as she try to go for she goes for her sprays. Ruby about to go for her sister Abigail. I know that's not what she calls, but that's what the move is. She grabs a spray and sprays it. Sprays the green into Ruby's face. Sky hits her with a. It's like it's a code red. It's a glorified code red, and wins the matchup because I was like, okay, it's just a glorified code red. Sky Blue and Will Nightingale win the matchup. Good tag team matchup. I like Will Nightingale. I like Sky Blue now.
Shout out to Sky Blue and that thing getting viral.
Shout out to Sky Blue.
It worked. It worked for Nikita. It'll work for you.
Ooh. Right. But I said, tell me when I'm telling lies.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
If it worked for Nikita, it'll work for you.
You're right. Ricky Starks is going to enter the Owen Hart tournament, and then they talked about
what's up with him, man? I feel like he was like the most talked about dude at one point. Everybody saying he the next coming of the Rock and whatnot, but now I don't know. I feel like it's gotten stale with him.
I'm about to say it cooled off a little bit, but I also think it's also about the booking and who he's rivaling with. So I'm hoping maybe if he can win the Owen Hart tournament, that it can give him some boost. But he needs something to do because he was in like the main event picture. Then he drops back down, but like we got to get him back up there, or get him a championship, or get him some type of gold or stuff like that. So we get Tony Schiavone in the ring, and he brings out the Acclaim. I missed the rap. I'm upset I missed the rap because of my kids. I missed the rap. But when they get in the Billy got like all pink on with the scissors and stuff like that. And they told everybody to wish Billy happy Father's Day. And they allude to the fact that Anthony Bowles said this is going to be the first Collision Scissors. So they want to do this in the Scissors, where it was born. He said that Chicago loves the Acclaim, and he got Shivani in it. They did like a 4-way Scissor Me Daddy, and the fans went crazy. And that's basically all it was. That's basically what it was for.
That's what I thought. All right.
Yeah. So it was nothing really serious, but Lady Sketch do not like the scissor thing at all. She thinks it's the dumbest shit, and I'll be like,
it is,
man, come on now, man. I'm feeling the Acclaim. I'm feeling the Scissor Me Daddy, dude. It was crazy. I was like, I'm
about to say they're over. So I mean, if it works, it works. But I'm with your wife on this one.
Cause we was watching it one time, and I was just like, Scissor Me Daddy, and she did it with me, and then she goes back to being normal, and then the only thing I hear on the couch, she was just like, I felt such an idiot. And I was like, yeah, and she would never do it with me again. So I was like, all right, no problem, my bad. Yeah, no, she can't stand it. But Main event time, trios match, CM Punk and FTR taking on Bullet Club, Gold, Jay White, and Juice Robinson with the ROH World Television Champion, Samoa Joe.
So he does have a title. I thought he lost it or something.
No, he still got a title. Big reaction, and Dax.
Bro,
Harwood,
this was a long match, man.
Oh, well, the main event was going to get some time.
Yes.
We have a lot of false finishes, but we was building up to CM Punk getting back into the ring with Samoa Joe. And he did that. The fans was eating all that thing up. Excuse me for coughing. They had some good exchanges. Now CM Punk didn't do too much because he is coming off torn bicep. He did have a moment where he does do his diving elbow, but he didn't. He did enough. He was in the matchup, but he sold and all stuff, but he didn't do as much as he could have. You got to reserve it and get your footing back, but he looked fine. He looked fine. I thought he was. What was you gonna say?
No. Go ahead.
I thought he was going to really put somebody over because when Samoa Joe put the Coquina clutch on him, and they had Jay White holding back Cash and had Juice Robinson holding back Dax, I was like, yo. And CM Punk he fell down the middle of the ring and caught it. I was like, yo, I really thought that was going to happen, but it was a creative way how they broke off of that, and then
how they broke up the pin. Yeah,
how they broke up the pin. They gave Juice Robinson the I still call it the Shatter Machine, and then CM Punk gives him the go to sleep.
GTS.
GTS, and they end up winning the 6-man match. I thought it was a really good matchup. That and the Andrade and Buddy Matthews matches was I really like, and the crowd goes crazy for it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I guess, like, in order to give CM Punk some time to fill around the ring, it makes sense to give them so much time. Because I'm like, dude, this match still going. All right. But yeah, it was a good match. All veterans. Samoa Joe looked good. Punk looked good.
I know that they are going to have to circle back around and do a one-on-one CM Punk and Samoa Joe matchup. That's just a given.
Yeah, I think it'll happen.
That's just a gimme at this point. So, I thought the first episode of Collision was a thumbs up. I enjoyed the whole episode.
I agree.
It felt different enough from Dynamite, but it felt like on a Dynamite level. But I'm like, you got to keep this momentum going. I'm not saying have knock out the park shows every week, but you cannot let this thing fall to Rampage. You cannot let this Saturday show happen when y'all have it on a time slot right now in the summertime where the only sport that's being played is baseball. Everything else is on break. Basketball, football, hockey is on break. Baseball is the only thing you gotta go up against, and you can easily go up against that. So I'm just saying, and I'm not saying because Americans don't watch baseball. Baseball is hugely watched.
That's America's pastime.
Yeah. But Saturday they can make something work out. So I'm like, hey, keep bringing the heat with the show. They're going to be in Toronto next Saturday, so you gotta see how episode 2 is going to do because they call Toronto Bizarro Land. We don't know how they're going to like CM Punk over there. But I give it a thumbs up. So where do you rank it?
I gave it a thumbs up. Pretty good show. They did good on time. Kept me entertained at work.
Yeah. So guys, you can post any comments down below. How'd you guys enjoy Collision? Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed our review of it. And me and Q are about to get up out of here. A lot more days coming. Stay tuned for more stuff from the podcast.
We gotta talk about the fall of the bloodline, baby. Civil War's happening.
Well, it's happening.
Take a side.
We are definitely gonna be talking about that kind of stuff like that also. So once again, this is NC, the place we chose to staying the man, the myth, the reality, the revolutionary freshman flow.
Shout out to Lady Sketch. It's been real.
Yes, shout out to my wife. And since you are here, and the Nerd Coalition is out.